pick last night?
I like what I see. Having said that, we have a ways to go. My standard is pretty straightforward. I want to cross between Socrates and Dirty Harry. I want a nominee and a justice who demonstrates both wisdom and courage, the courage of his or her convictions. I plan on doing my job. I sit on the Judiciary Committee. We have the confirmation process for a reason. I will read as many of Judge Kavanagh's opinions and law review articles as I can, but the rest I'm going to have to determine in the confirmation hearing. I want to know what's in his head, but I also want to know what's in his heart. I'm impressed by the fact that he went to Yale College and Yale Law School and Georgetown Prep, but I also want to know if he ever had a crummy first job, if he ever had to worry about, where his tuition payment was coming from, if he ever had to, work on a roof in the middle of a hot August day, laying down plywood. And that's the sort of thing that comes out in the confirmation hearing. But I am impressed so far. I think the president obviously spent a lot of time on this, and I like what I see.
I know a lot of people have made abortion, health care, some of those issues have been really important. What issues are the most important for you as you talk to?
The way Judge Kavanagh approaches deciding cases and his judicial philosophy, and where he thinks the federal judiciary fits in vis-a-vis Congress and the executive branch, the presidency. I don't want a legislator. I don't want an activist. I don't want somebody who's going to try to rewrite the Constitution every Thursday because he wants to prosecute an agenda that he can't get by Congress. I want a judge, a neutral arbiter, someone who calls the balls and the strikes, someone who understands that his job is to interpret the law, not make it. Look, you're not a good judge unless on occasion you reach a decision in a case by following the law that you disagree with. Every good judge I know will tell you that on some occasion he or she had to make a decision and reach a conclusion that he disagreed with personally, but it was the law. And that's the role of a judiciary, and that's of the judiciary, and that's what I'm looking for. That's why I say what you really need on the Supreme Court is a cross between Socrates and Dirty Harry. Now, obviously, that's an ideal, but you want as close an approximation of that as you can. This is an important position. This is probably the most powerful unelected position in the most powerful country in all of human history. And it's for life. And we've got to get it right. And I plan on spending all my days and nights trying to do that.
Shifting gears a bit, I also wanted to get your take. What did you think of your most recent trip to Russia? What did you come away with after that trip?
Well, I can't speak for my colleagues. I'll tell you why I went. I went to deliver a message. We met with the foreign minister, the Speaker of the House, what is in effect the President pro tem of their Senate, even though the legislature in Russia pretty much does whatever President Putin tells them. I went to deliver a message, to look them in the eye and say, stop meddling in our elections, stop meddling in eastern Ukraine, let the people of eastern Ukraine self-determine. Same thing in Crimea. Help us achieve peace in Syria. We can settle the Syrian conflict tomorrow if President Putin will agree. I also wanted to look them in the eye and say, look, do not allow Iran to get a stronghold in southern Syria, because if you do, there's going to be another war. Israel's not going to stand for it, and I don't blame Israel. The Russian officials denied, and then they denied, and then they denied some more. I wish they would have some sort of Damascene moment, but I don't think they're going to ever convert. I think the best we can do is contain them. The last time that the government in Russia truly embraced democracy was like never. I think the people of Russia seem to be good people. There's a huge wealth gap between the elites who are friends and therefore wealthy because of their friendship with President Putin and the average person. There is no free press. There is no freedom of expression. If you get too far out of line, you either get thrown in jail or you suddenly have a heart attack. We've just got to contain them. And I wish I could tell you that there's a chance. I believe there's a chance to win them over to our point of view, or if not that, just to convince them to leave us alone and play by international rules. But I'm not sure we were able to do that. But I think it was important that we go and look them in the eye and say, we got some hard truths for you, and here they are, whether you want to hear them or not. Some of the meetings were very testy. The foreign minister is a bit of a bully, but that's okay. We know how to push back.
All right. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your time. Have a good day.